Hello, welcome back to another episode of Special Ops, Lioness Season 1 Episode 6 Review, The Lie is the Truth. Warning, spoilers ahead, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The stakes for Joe and Cruz on opposing sides of the coin have never been higher as Special Ops, Lioness Season 1 fast approaches its conclusion. Cruz strives to comprehend emotions she has never felt as Joe deals with personal and career challenges on top of her deteriorating family life. In Special Ops, Lioness Season 1 Episode 6, which deals with the unresolved plots, the Lioness team is in jeopardy on multiple fronts. The others were managing some unexpected invaders while keeping an eye on Cruz, while Joe answered for her team at the White House. Cruz and Aaliyah, in the meantime, develop a stronger connection that propels them forward and causes them to reflect on their romantic impulses. Again, the contrast between the plot threads and the parallels established between Joe and Cruz bind the ladies together. Joe's role in the episode is finally at a deadlock. Joe's world is still collapsing around her in the wake of Kate's accident, but before she can advance, she must deal with U.S. government red tape. The episode's first scene has Martin Donovan's Errol and Nicole Kidman's Caitlin, who has stepped in to respond alongside Joe. The romance between Errol and Caitlin is intriguing. Errol, who has ears and eyes on the hill, is aware of the change in location of Caitlin's rendezvous before she is. They barter with one another in what can only be characterized as verbal sparring, exchanging information as though it were money. Physical attraction isn't what ignites their romance, it's a shared appreciation for one another's minds. It's unclear how they got along when they were younger, but as things stand, the two can use one another. Hours are spent holding Joe and Caitlin at the White House, possibly as a scare tactic. When they are ultimately summoned for a debriefing, they are received by a group of senior officials, including Secretary of State Edwin Mullins, played by Morgan Freeman. Despite his silence, it is clear that Mullins is dissatisfied with the circumstances. Before being asked to leave, Kyle McManus is brought in for a portion of the debrief, interrogated, and reprimanded. Here, Morgan Freeman's Mullins is revealed in all his glory, quiet until required, then direct and assured in his comments. After lengthy discussion with Joe and Caitlin, they are dismissed with a new condition hanging over their heads: they won't be in complete control of their organization going forward. However, there isn't much time to regroup because the Lioness squad is under attack and needs Joe's assistance. Three masked intruders who were plainly out of their depth almost immediately carried out the attack, which was intended to be a typical house invasion. Instead, the Lioness team arrested their assailants and dealt with the aftermath, much like in Special Ops, Lioness Season 1 Episode 4. In order to diffuse the tension while she attends to her family, Joe requests a favor from Kyle. Her anxiety remains high even as Joe arrives home. She observes Neil setting up a space for Kate on the bottom floor, and we are reminded of the challenging situation Joe has been working through in the background. We get to meet Joe and Neil once more as a married couple when they decide to enjoy a nightcap by their pool. Cruz has some of the most nuanced emotions we've seen the asset struggle with throughout the course of the episode. Joe and Bobby forewarned her that she would bond with Aaliyah early on in the program, and it's obvious that Cruz is uncomfortable revealing who she really is. She is uneasy in part because Aaliyah is her target, but she is also uncomfortably at ease around her. Aaliyah appeals to Cruz. She has faith in Aaliyah. Aaliyah is her portal to the enemy, so there are feelings there that shouldn't be growing. As Neil, played by Dave Annable, says that Kate will need Joe going forward, it's easy to see where he's coming from and why he's saying it since they have such a calm, strong respect for one another. She is aware that Joe is not intended to be harmed by it. They are on the same page, which is unusual for them, and they make the most of their rare opportunity to be by themselves. Aaliyah, played by Stephanie Nur, is experiencing a range of mixed feelings regarding Cruz. She painstakingly observes Cruz and notes that it's evident she's never had a spa treatment before inviting her new acquaintance over for a spa day. As the spa day progresses, Cruz seems more at ease and eventually confides in Aaliyah while they are in the steam room. She opens up and discusses the intricacies of her more trying moments. Cruz discusses her violent relationship openly, explains her background, and reveals that she was deprived of some of the most fundamental girlhood pleasures, such as the opportunity to enjoy a slumber party. After they sadly agree to be honest with one another, Aaliyah declares they will have a sleepover that night since she can't stand for this. Thank you for watching.